It's 1:37 p.m., 6/14/2023. Again, like as I outline this even further, like yeah, like why did Dr. Bear, right, take me off a wristband after I asked him, right? Like yeah, and like he said, okay, we'll do it. Like yeah, and I'm pretty sure he didn't expect half the stuff to happen. Like yeah, and so why during like let's say like the few months right up to like let's say Thanksgiving all to February right of like let's say 2021 to 2022 like yeah where like yeah I was so happy to the point like yeah quite literally I was just by myself. I didn't want to talk to family members. I wanted to keep to myself. I was on Twitter a lot like yeah making Twitter spaces, doing my online activism, learning about what was going on in Palestine because it was years since I even touched the topic, let alone like yeah, and I became a revert right then. I was like, I'm gonna take this seriously, yeah. And I started asking questions. People would thought like would bit drawn back by it, but like I wonder why. Because quite literally, I was gonna go and make major changes in my life, and now that become a better person in my eyes. And again, I had Shia from like because again I used to listen to her interview from Lecture Vanda all the time, and again like again like I saw it on repeat, and it just I remember a lot of things that was going on in my life because again as I outlined these my abuses from my family because again quite literally when I left work right they're gonna say I'm a bad person for XYZ reasons right like yeah even though like I stuck up for Marty when she was being sexually assaulted by Fred Cantu, and I don't care either way because that guy is a sex pest. No, I can't wait to read up his on his like on his like on his criminal record, right? Yeah. And again, like I whatever, like for XYZ, I did not care, right? Like that's why I was shipped to clearing. Yeah. And now that like again, quite literally I had to deal with so much racism with between Thomas Birch, Louis Kajawa, and Robert and also Adaldo Robert at the police station right there, no less. And I just wondered why was the police station there and why was it removed? Because immediately I spoke with Robert some time ago, like sometime last year, whatever. Yeah, and like he saw me and he saw how happy it was, like no less, because he didn't expect me to come back like that, right? And then you're still sitting there watching, looking at people watch porn and the internet, and like with no shame, no less stuff. Well, it's probably true, yeah. And so, like, yeah, and so when that happened, right? Between the months of let's say like the time they took me off of Risperdal, because again, like they were gonna make any sort of excuse to kick me out of my apartment and then take my SSI because quite literally I was suffering from withdrawal effects and they didn't care. They did not care. They would lie for XYZ reasons and say I'm abrasive, there's something mentally deranged, but I'm sound mind. And quite literally, did I hurt anybody this whole entire time? Quite literally, people were hurting me. And there was a forced hospitalization, no less. Not only that, to get me off Twitter, no less. And again, it's funny too because I had to go make a video in the back of the police wagon, and every time, like I say prayers to myself because I'm thinking I'm gonna get die. I'm gonna die for this one. Quite literally, from that time and also before at Lydia, not Lydia at here Washington, and now that like I have to respect some of the security workers. And again, like I don't want to get bother them. Again, there's no disrespect towards any of them. I don't still understand why. What was the whole point of that? You know, because they've come across some major problems right there, and I'm not one of them. I am not one of them. Don't even lie. Don't even lie, because quite literally, like I would call you out on that. But still, like he's a nice gentleman, man. Like again, like yeah, I don't want the trouble. Again, like even beforehand, like yeah, they gave me some warnings before, and I stand like yeah. But either way, you know, like I have no disrespect to Harry Washington and the staff. It's just some people who still don't like me, whether it be like Roberta Webb, right, and speaking from the ninth floor, and like yeah, even Scott, yeah, because again, I'm a bit amazed that you continue even doing this. Like, yeah, but that's just an extension of what was going on. Because again, I made those anti DSA spaces right after I addressed the Bowman issue. Because again, like I've been listening to Amy Goodman since high school, right? Yeah, I've been following the whole progressive movement, then the progressive squad, and I heard scathing critiques of them and Bernie Sanders. It's not like I wouldn't vote for Bernie Sanders and people say you're a liberal Zionist. Of course, you would say that because I live in the Imperial Core, no less. And it's not like I won't judge this person to no end, right? It's not like I'm gonna go for vote for APAC. It's not like I've been paying my taxes for how long, right? Even though that doesn't really matter because I have SSI, right? And I wonder why you took my SSI debit card, right? And continue to apply indirectly. You're never gonna get. You're never gonna. You're never gonna get. Because just drive me insane, right? Yeah. It's not like this is not some kind of cruel joke on your part, right? It's not like Rogers Park is not racist, right? It's not like people like aren't like liberal fascists or like swerfs or turfs, right? Like, because quite literally, the LGBT community gets hit up pretty hard right here by the white people, and I'm like, continue doing that, because I'm gonna weed you all out. Because again, like once I went to 6500, I was being harassed by the security guard. Like he's like, oh, because you're that retarded, buddy. You're that retarded. I even have your name and answer. It doesn't really matter because again, like yeah, it's not like you're gonna hit me flat out, right? Yeah, because you're afraid to go to jail, but you just want to ban me, right? You're that pathetic, buddy. Then you try to go break my headphones. Like, okay, buddy, because it's not like you didn't try to break these headphones when I went to get grocery shopping, right? Yeah, you see this? And this is why you hate my headphones now, right? That's why you try to jam my headphones and get the rather than for the cheaper headphones, the better headphones, right? Because again, it's not like I don't get harassed so I can lose my stuff, right? Anyway, moving on that part, materialist. You're not even a dialectal materialist. You're just a capitalist. Like, yeah, go keep on fantasizing. Materialist fascist. Yeah. Oh, material fetish. Whatever. Whatever. Sure, whatever. Right? Yeah. Uh, don't be a reductionist, right? Yeah. As if you understand the terminology, right? It's not like you read historical materials and stuff like that or Marx, right? Go pray to Marx, right? Stuff of law. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. And again, as I outlined this personal trauma, because again, Jennifer Pitchman showed up out of the blue on my birthday. I'm like, I don't want to talk to this person. Why did this person came? And I was being nice, no less. And I'm like, I knew you were trying to go and do something in the background to go and bother me. Because again, she just kept talking about herself, and I was like, I'm not even paying attention. Like, yeah, like I was counting the seconds down. Like, okay, hurry up, yeah. And then I left and came back and just I was really happy with myself because she was trying to ruin my good time. Like I already knew that, yeah. As if you're my baby mama or as if you're my girlfriend, right? No, yeah, that was so like that's no chaser right there. I hate that woman too. Like, yeah. And again, I wonder why Susan like looked at my Facebook and was like, "Oh, you have pictures of her, right? Why was that Lydia? No less, right? That shit's funny." Stuff of luck, because again, yeah, there's all kinds of legal procedures that are going to come that you want to dodge questions, right? Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Again, like when I'm dealing with the racist social workers from both the Thrive and Spring team, I wonder why they tried to go and boot me out during the time I was taken off of Risperdal and was told, "Can you go back to Risperdal?" Like, yeah, on May. Yeah, it's kind of funny like that too. Like, yeah, and Dr. Bates is all good, right? It's all good. I wonder how paranoid you are right now, and like, yeah, you holding close and holding holding on to your like, yeah, your uh your degrees, like yeah, your college degrees, like yeah, as if like that's gonna be a savior, like one way, as if you're not gonna lose it at the end of this. Yeah, you want me to write an NDA to save you? Like, yeah, I wonder why. Because again, like it's funny when I talk to mere older women, and again, I got that stupid email like, "Oh, I'm on vacation, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Live it up, lady, because quite literally, I'm going to continue to destroy you." And keep your threats, because every time I walk over there and I knock on that window, like keep on doing it, because I'm not a gangster. I'm a disabled activist, and it's funny that you'd be intimidated by me, no less. So I might just go outside just to say hello to a few people, like out of spite, you know? Because again, it's not like you're trying to jam up my locks or try to go take my debit card, right? Go ahead, be that bully, because this is the greatest anti-bullying campaign ever. Because quite literally, I wonder why you keep picking up the disabled activists, also who's in the Black Lives Matter, not only that who's a Philistine, and also speak up for Philistine rights, or even like yeah, to the uprootment of the Israeli government. Because quite literally, yeah, no to two-state solution, no to normalization, and that's not hate speech or whatever. Like I say X Y Z because of fucking bullshit legal proceedings, right? So again, I have to laugh because I see JVP from afar, right? Yeah, keep on doing that stupid shit. Keep on doing that shit. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. It's 1:47 p.m. 6/14/2023. I'll be right back. Yeah.